You can hand that to him then. What do you reckon?
Okay,
That can be done on that side. We're celebrating Ngadju native title for determination court here today with the federal court in one of the world's largest woodlands, where Ngadju have 50% in native titles. It's about native title today, and from here, once you get the recognition from federal government, we're looking at how do we manage this woodlands and this land that we got back from the federal government. See this woodland here, all these trees, they produce clean, fresh air for the world. And we, Ngadju, we are in the largest intact dry woodland on earth. This trees you can see go 200 kilometres that way and 200 kilometres that way, go 200 kilometres that way and 200 or 100 kilometres this way, or even 200 that way. And you'll see these trees. When the native title process came through, say late 2007, even 2005 somewhere, they come along and asked me stuff about my connection to country, and I mentioned that I watch Age of Light and Fires, and this is why they said it happened. And little did I connect it with conservation. And so I put that in the evidence, and a few years later, a conservation mob came here and they got Uncle Sonny to lead the way for the Great Western Woodlands. So Ngadju was connected at an early stage, and they actually work with Ngadju to promote the Great Western Woodlands. So I really developed, I guess, a partnership with Gondwana Link, and I brought on more Ngadjus to encourage other Ngadjus to come on board. I put it through the native title claim to start a Ngadju Conservation, and we really ramped up to start getting people to meet. And from our priorities, we were looking at doing a works planning. How are we going to manage that? So as a methodology, I guess, for how we're going to look after this landscape, what are the priorities. We also looking at we've been working with NRM, Natural Resource Management Rangelands, and they helped us fund some of the CAP planning, or the Conservation Action Planning, but the concept is that it's begun to grow. From little things, big things grow. And we actually went to, in partnership with Gondwana Link, we started going out to other ranger groups. We got our design pulled together, shirts, our identity began to come together. I asked the Goldfields Land Council for some money, and they gave us some money to help build the web page, of which we're still in building with, and we're looking at building, try to get some better communication processes out there for Ngadju to turn in, so that our army can be mobilised, I guess. We went to the state NRM, or Natural Resource Management Forum, presented there, and we went to the World Indigenous Network up in Darwin. That was beautiful. See, these are all supported by our partners, which is Gondwana Link and Pew Group. They're an international conservation group. But it's got to be measurable, whatever we are doing. It's got to be measurable. That's where the Fire Colour project came out of. I wanted what we were doing on country to be measurable, and measured by science too. So it's a two-way thing. It's not just Ngadju traditional way, but also the science, whitefellow contemporary science way. And as we work together, we get strength from both corners, and we maximise. But what I've been doing is simply for the best of the Ngadju Nation, but also the survival of our town, Norseman, and this region. And so that we can be, I guess, an example for other peoples. But our greatest asset is the woodlands. Gold, nickel, cobalt, copper is good, but the woodlands is better and it's much more sustainable. It'll always be there, as long as we put our hands there to make it happen.